Hi, my name is M.J. Albacete, known to my friends as Al. I was the former director of the Canton Museum of Art, and right now I'm an adjunct professor at Kent State University Stark, where I teach a course on the history of architecture. I've become very interested in geometry and the manner in which we can make very creative things using geometric ideas. In this case, we're going to create a couple of models using some geometry, and we're going to wind up with a couple of decorations that will be appropriate to hang on your Christmas tree or on the mantle of your fireplace. The first thing I'd like to show you the materials that you're going to need. Collecting some cereal boxes with interesting characters on them, cartoon characters, sports characters, things like that. Cutting off the front and back panels and saving those for the project. You'll also need, for the work, you're going to need a pair of scissors, a compass with a sharp tip, so we will need some adult supervision about that, a ruler, and a couple of pencils for marking some of the designs, lots of Scotch tape, and maybe even some pieces of colored string or colored ribbon. To actually start the project, we are going to have to create a square that will be used to make the various models. And this will be reproduced in the repository, and I'm going to show you how to take the repository illustration of the square and to make a perfect square that you're going to cut out. The manner in which we're going to do that is to take a couple of the tools that I've indicated, and holding the square down carefully in place, you're going to press the compass point through the tips of the square on the paper, and then you're going to want to lift this away and make sure you mark the points that you have punctured. 1, 2, and then we have 2 others, 3, and 4. And I always put some kind of a heavy material underneath so that you're not scratching your mother's living room table. There's the square that you're going to cut out. Now when you cut this out, this is what you're going to get. And you're going to use this to create your model. From your cartoons, you're going to use this to pick a detail. Here, I like these cartoon characters, so I'm going to pick this guy out right here, and I'm going to lay this in place right to the edge. And with my marking pencil, I'm going to draw a square around this figure. Notice I'm being very careful and very accurate. I'm going to cut that figure out with scissors. And I've done this very, very often, so I can be a little faster than you will be. But look how neat this is going to be. Once you cut this out, you have to lay this in a pattern. You're going to make 6 of these, cutting all the pieces from your cartoon characters, and you're going to lay this out in a pattern indicated over here. Now, I have 6 of these here, and I'm going to lay them out. Notice that I'm laying them out face down. There's our cartoon character in this fashion, just as the illustration indicates. When you're applying your tape, you want to do it carefully so that each of these pieces align absolutely perfectly with each other, because when we fold these up, this tape will act as a hinge. Now I've already made one of these, so I'm just going to push this aside and bring out the finished product after I have completely taped it. This is what it will look like. Using tape now, you are going to make a 3-dimensional model, and I'm going to show you how to do that right now, where you'll take a piece of tape, put it on the edge of one of the pieces, and then carefully bring it up together. Notice that we have our cartoon character right there. And you're going to do that all the way around, and when it's done, it will look something like this. And this is a cube, and it's one of the 4 platonic models that we can eventually make if we continue. You can show these materials to your teacher and maybe ask for help in searching out the other platonic solids, what you can do with equilateral triangles. There are 3 other beautiful creations you can make with triangles, and maybe at some future program we'll continue with the other models.